So someone on Reddit needed some 5x5 help. I think their username was crabman111. They needed some help on 5x5 edge pairing, so I'm just going to do two example solves on how I do my edge pairing on 5x5. So I already scrambled the first one because it takes a long time for me to scramble 5x5 when I'm following a scramble. And I'm doing the first scramble here. The first one that's listed. You can pause the video right now or just look in the description and scramble your cube to that if you want to follow along. So first thing I see is this, the blue-white. Actually, when I first start, well, doesn't matter, because when I'm done with edge pairing, it's usually like this, so I just go with whatever. But I see this blue-white, and then I see the other blue-white is here, so I move this blue-white over here, like that. Yeah, and then I pair it up, and then I look ahead, and I see the green is there. Well, actually, I see this blue and this blue. So I put this blue over here while kicking this out so that so this is now complete and out of the way, and I can just go straight into pairing this one up. And then I see this green and that green, so I move it here, and I'm going to put it over here with the white facing here, like that, so that when I do another small u prime, these two get paired, and I don't see the other green, so I do a Z2, and I see the other green is here. So now I put that green over here, like that, and then a small u to pair it up, and I see this red, and the other red is here. So basically that red here, because the whites need to match, like that, this red and that red. So now I do that move, so that red is there, and the last red is over there. So I put it here, and then I make that red over here, like that, and then another small u prime to pair it up. And then I actually see this, and these two are like that, so I just randomly do R, U prime, R prime, and then a small u to pair this up. And then I see this orange, yellow, and since the yellow is here, that means that yellow should be here. So I move it here, kick this out, insert this, and then a small u to pair this. And then I look for the other yellow, orange, which is here. So I put that over here, do a small u so it matches. And I saw while I was doing that this green, yellow. So now I look for the last green yellow, which is over here. Since the yellow is here, that means this yellow should be facing here. So R, U prime, R prime. And then I just pair it up, and then I see this, but it's not that good, but I see that block, so I'm just going to randomly insert this block in here, do another Z2, and I see the other one is over here, so a U2, and I don't see anything open here, so I just rotate and insert this. And then I just align all the centers together, so all the centers are solved again. And then I look for basically blocks like this. So two of these are done, the last one is there. So I normally just randomly do this, so that, because this, I'm going to solve the green-red. The other green-red is here, but it's oriented wrong. So I need this green-red to be over there, so I can do a D2 and match it up. So to do that, I basically do an L2 to move it over there, but I want basically an empty slot on top. So I do L, U prime, L in this case, to do that, and then I do, so this here, a D2 to match it, and then since I see there's a block here, I'm actually going to reserve it and insert that block down here like this, so that when I realign the centers again, this block doesn't get ruined. And then, yeah, now I see there's another block here, and I look for the other piece that goes with it, which is up here, so I do basically the same thing but mirrored on the right. So I do R, U, R. So basically that piece needed to be here so I could do a D prime, a small D prime to pair it up. So R, U, R. So now that piece is over here, so I can do a small D prime, and I just randomly insert, replace it with an empty slot, undo the D prime. So now I'm down to last two edges, I mean. And basically at this point I just randomly do things. The two algorithms that you need for edge pairing to finish edge pairing. I'm really bad at learning algorithms, so I just pick the two that I really needed. So basically it's just the 4x4 algorithm for last two edges and the OLL parity for 4x4 if you use the right one that doesn't ruin anything on the 5x5. So basically I see this, this white orange and this white orange, do a U, flip this, RU R prime F R prime F prime R, undo the U, so U prime, and now you have this, which is basically, I just do the OLL parity algorithm. So I do this. And all that did was flip these two around. Flip these two like that, so now all your edges are paired up. So now I'm actually going to just solve it as a 3x3 because I need to do the other scramble and make sure that I did the scramble correctly. So opposite, that's opposite, move this, and they're all both opposite, so like that. Align the cross, these two, these two, and then these two, these two. That was a lot of rotations. You don't want to do that, but it works. And then J perm. So I'm going to go faster for this next one because it takes a while to scramble, and I don't know the limit for uploading videos. Okay, and it's the same. Okay, so that's already done, actually. So hopefully, yeah, okay, good. So that's already done, so you basically had a skip. I see this, so I'm actually going to just put it on the bottom because the other one is here. So put that piece over here, like this, pair it up, and I see this orange. Look for the other orange, it's over here. The other two oranges are over there actually. So move that over here, making sure that it's aligned like this. So this orange should be over here. So like that. So that you just do a small U to pair it up. And then I see this red. The other red is there, which is a little not oriented correctly. So the other red is there. So I'm just going to replace it with this red, like that. And then small, well, not even a small U, but yeah. So I see this red is here and the other red is there. I'm just going to flip this with the flipping algorithm, D2, to pair this up, I see these two actually, so I'm just going to just insert both so that they're like this, do a small U, and insert on the top. And then all these four are all done, so I'm just going to put it on the bottom, and I see this blue and that blue, so insert, solve the three, pair these three up, and then find another pair. So actually these blues, so put that blue, this blue over here like that, pair this up and flip, and then pair it up and look for the last empty slot and insert it into the empty slot. So this is what I would normally do, which is pair up all the yellow and white edges first so that I know when I'm done with edge pairing. As you can see, all the other edges don't have any yellow or white on them because there's only 8 of them, and you want to do 8 first and then the last 4. So that's how I do it, and this case is actually a good example of what I would have to normally do in a 5x5 solve. So there's no blocks anywhere that are oriented correctly. So in this case I would just look for one that didn't have all the colors on them, like didn't have 2 edges of the same color that needed to be flipped or anything. So actually the red-green here, here, and here, since the red-green is here and there, this just needs to be flipped. And since these 3 have the edges that you need to replace this unsolved edge that doesn't have these 3 pieces in them. You need to replace a solved one here. So I'm just going to, well, since this red and this red go together, I'm just going to flip this so that this is down here and it goes with that. So regular flipping algorithm, and then just randomly insert a random solved one there, and then pair these 3 up and replace it with the unsolved, realign the centers, and now I actually see this is solved. Well, 2 of these are together and that one is there, so I just randomly put a solved one in there, in that spot, pair these 3 up, and then just insert. But in this case I see that 2 of these are the same, so I'm just going to keep them together. So, and then undo. So now I actually, the last 2 edges, this case is basically just kind of like the 4x4 last 2 edges case. So like these 2 need to be flipped and these 2 need to be flipped. So the way I deal with this case is actually just do this, flip this, and then turn it back. So now the last 2 edges are done. So now I just do 3x3. Cross. These 2. Just insert this. And these 2. These 2. The WOLO. And then J-perm. So